Hi Aries, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for February. I hope everybody's well. I'm going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Aries out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. We're going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at the month of February, week by week, all the way up to the end. So if some of these events aren't occurring right now, just go ahead and hang in there till the end because they may very well occur in the next few weeks. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Aries? What would you like Aries to know for February? Aries. All right, Aries, you're starting out with the Five of Wands, and it is crossed with the Knight of Cups. So you're in a tug of war. You're in conflict. It's regarding a love offer. Let me see what's happened in the past. I feel like there's definitely some conflict going on. The Lovers in the reverse. You may have had a choice between two people. So this could be internal conflict as well. You might be going back and forth in your head. But it looks like you've accepted one offer and turned another down. Let me see why all this is happening. Yeah, this could also be internal or external conflict. Six of Cups. This is all happening because of the past, something to do with the past, or possibly a soulmate. Let me see what's on Aries' mind. Six of Swords, you want peace. You want to move away from the conflict, whether it's internal or external or both. You want to move away from that and you want to find peace in your life. So what it looks like here, Aries, is that you had a choice between someone from your past and someone new. There was an ending here in the past, and I do feel like you've kind of gone back and forth in your mind. Now, this could also be a relationship that ended and you're conflicted about whether or not you should, reunite with somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be a choice between two. It could just be a really important decision that you're making in the area of love. Regardless, your desire, your hope is to move away from all of this conflict, and to make good decisions that will bring you into a more peaceful energy. So what's coming in February, we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Now, this is a decision, having options, having choices, feeling conflicted about that, and then having the clarity to make the choice that is best for you. So let's see how you're showing up in this reading. Now we're going to go through and clarify all of these cards and get deeper information. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles. You're kind of going back and forth, weighing up the pros and cons. This is where we're seeing the conflict in your internal conflict. But you will be making a decision here if you haven't already. Also be careful with your money because you could be kind of having to work hard to balance out your finances right now. There's a sense here for some of you that your money's a little tight right now. Show me who is coming towards Aries. The Three of Swords reverse. So if this is somebody you have had an ending with, this person is wanting to come towards you and to heal this. This person has been heartbroken. It's also showing me that if this is somebody new, but I don't think it is. It really does look like somebody from your past. But if it is someone new, this person is healing from a heartbreak as well. So let's see Spirit's advice. Show me Spirit's advice for Aries. The Magician. Spirit is saying you have all the tools necessary. You have everything you need to manifest the life that you want, to manifest what is in your heart's desire. It's a very empowering card. Let me see your outcome at the end of February. Show me the outcome for Aries at the end of February. Four of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, coming out of that energy where you were looking at the past, you were, daydreamy and thinking about someone from the past. You're now coming out of that. You're releasing that energy. So bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio But as an underlying energy, this is indicating that you are deeply using your intuition. And it shows me too that you are very intuitive. You have the key to solve whatever this is that's causing this conflict, internally, externally, or both. And you have the resources, you have the key. It's almost like Spirit is saying the same thing in another way. So I do feel like leaning into your intuition is going to unlock doors for you. So let's look at clarifying. Spirit, why is this Five of Wands here? Why is the Five of Wands here for Aries? Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, some of you actually did have a choice between two, but it looks like if that's the case, you may be turning down the new person in favor of someone from your past. For others of you, you may feel like this person that you've had this ending with in the past owes you an apology. It does look like you're going to get that. Why is the Knight of Cups here for Aries? Why is the Knight of Cups here? Yeah, again, the Two of Pentacles. So very strong energy of you weighing up the pros and cons in order to make a good decision. Show me why the Lovers is in reverse. The Two of Cups. Soulmate energy. I do feel like this person that you had an ending with has reached out to you. I do feel like you may have already been involved with somebody else. You were very conflicted about what you may or may not want to do. And if you weren't involved with someone else, you feel like this person who reached out to you does owe you an apology. And they are giving you that. I do see the apology. I do see them extending their feelings and emotions towards you. So just take it as it resonates for you. Some of you were already involved with somebody else and this person came back. Others of you may not have been involved with someone else, but there was a lot of conflict here and you feel this person from the past needs to apologize. They need to make it right. Why is the Six of Cups here for Aries? Oh, the Emperor. Yeah, some of you could be dealing with twin flame energy, or if not twin flame, a deep soulmate connection. I do feel like you have taken control of the situation though, Aries. The Emperor is the card of Aries in the major arcana. And so you are the one who is deeply affecting this situation. And you're stepping into your power. You're taking control of the past. You're taking control of the present. And you're basically saying, no, I'm not going to just be pushed here and there by the wind. I'm going to take control of this myself. And this is why all this is happening. Let me see why the Six of Swords is here for Aries. The Chariot. You definitely want to move away from the chaos. Any kind of conflict, internal or external, you definitely want to move away from it. Some of you could also be thinking about purchasing a new vehicle, or you may be considering moving as well. Let's look at February for you. Show me February for Aries. Show me February for Aries. Ooh, you just got the Wheel of Fortune pop out. And I got to say, it's in the upright, so that's really good energy for you. All right, let's see what we've got. All right, so we have that Wheel of Fortune. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Six of Coins. 10 of Coins. Three of Wands. The Hierophant. Ace of Cups, wow. Seven of Wands reversed. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Four of Cups reversed. Now that's in your outcome. And then you have the Moon in reverse. So your outcome is Four Cups reversed. At the end of the month, you have the Four of Cups reversed in both places. So it is cohesive there. I am seeing that you're going into the month of February. Oh, you have one more. Yeah, Eight of Swords reversed. All right, so you're going into the month of February, and I feel like you're making a decision. And this decision is actually really going to change things in a positive direction. So between you making this choice that you're done with the chaos, you're done with the conflict, and you're going to take charge of the situation, and you're stepping into your power. This is turning things in your favor. I do feel like there is something that's going to happen in the first week of February that's really going to make you feel good. And quite honestly, it doesn't look like it's related to feelings and emotions. It looks like it's more something that's related to money, if I'm being honest. And that would also be good, because we see that for some of you, you're kind of having to be very careful with your money. There is going to be something in that first week that's going to balance out your budget, your finances a little bit. And it's also showing me that it's going to grow from there. This is something you may have been waiting for. I don't know what it is, but it looks like you were waiting for this. So that's going to come through in the first week of February, which is really good energy. Now, I also see that in the first week of February, you are very determined to move forward. You may have kind of closed off your feelings and emotions here. You're kind of focusing more on your dollars, your finances, and getting your own balance back. I do feel like you are very supported by close friends and family, which is or family, and that's really good energy, because you're kind of pulling back emotionally. You've built a little bit of a wall around your heart, and I do feel like you're doing that purposely, because you're trying to find your own balance. Now, moving into the second week of February, I do feel like there's something here that you're waiting for. It might be something to do with commitment. It could be advice that you're receiving, likely from somebody like a family member, an older family member, somebody possibly that you highly respect. And I do feel like, you're looking at things from a long-term perspective. You're not looking at things in like, just what do I need right now? And it's because of the advice of this person. I also see that by the middle of the month, there's some sort of a commitment in love that's coming in. This is something you've been waiting for. You've been looking for this. And it does look like it's going to go the distance, that it's going to be solid. I am seeing by the third week, you're coming out of conflict with somebody. I feel like you're moving into some sort of a commitment in that third week. But it looks like it's something you've been waiting for, you've been hoping for. And so I do see it coming out of conflict. I see a commitment, and I see that this is with regard to love. Now, that being said, I also see that by the final week, there is a little bit of stalled energy, and that energy has to do with something from the past reemerging. Something from the past reemerges unexpectedly, but I don't feel like it's going to be something that rocks you off your base. I just feel like it's going to give you knowledge and clarity that you did not have before, because I do see you freeing yourself from concern, worry, anxiety. And it does look like it could be a second chance coming back around. And I also feel like it has to do with this commitment that comes through in the middle of the month. So let's look at your energy. Just know that by the end of the month, you're going to have a lot more clarity. There's going to be more of this energy of somebody who may have been ignoring you in the past might show up. It could be unexpectedly. But I do feel like there's going to be more love in an area that you didn't feel like there was, that love, still remaining, likely due to conflict. So your anxiety level is going down. You're freeing yourself from all of that, and it's through clarity that you're freeing yourself. So let me see your energy in this reading. Show me Aries energy, please. Show me Aries energy in this reading. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands reversed, and we have the Two of Swords. So what I'm seeing here is that you're weighing up the pros and cons. With somebody that you've had a deep loss with, there's an offer that you're receiving. This is an offer to repair things, an offer to solve problems, to take the burdens off of you. I do see by the end of the month, you're going to feel far less burdened than you did before, but I'm also seeing that it's leaving you in a decision. You have a decision here, and you may not quite know what decision to make. I do feel like this is somebody from your past that is coming back. I see an offer here as well, and I see by the end of the month, you trying to make some sort of a decision. So let me see the energy coming towards Aries, please. Okay, we have the Two of Wands. We have the Star card, Aquarius energy, and we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. All right, so this looks to me like somebody from your past. They're making plans to heal this connection. This is somebody who definitely wants to bring healing into a situation where there has been a lot of heartbreak. This is somebody you may not have been talking to at some point, but I will say that this person doesn't really know. They're taking a risk here because they don't know what you're going to do. They lack the clarity about whether you will choose them, about whether you're willing to heal this. So this person is lacking clarity with regard to this entire situation. But this is definitely someone from your past. And this is that you've had an ending with. And I do feel it is a soulmate. This is somebody who wants to balance this out and heal it. And they're very hopeful. They're very hopeful. This is somebody who is choosing you. So let me see the energy. Let's see Spirit's advice. The energy of Spirit's advice, please, for Aries. All right, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. And we have the Ten of Cups. So Spirit is saying you have everything you need to manifest what it is that you want, but you also need to be careful that you have these boundaries in place. If you can put the proper boundaries in place and continue to manifest this, you're going to need to let go of the past, let go of grudges, release the past, let anything that was unstable, release that, let it go. And that's what's going to lead you towards happiness here. And this is happiness that is full emotional contentment. It's also telling me that as you're manifesting this, keep your boundaries intact. Because the only way to have full emotional contentment here is to have love with boundaries. So let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Aries. I feel like this is a situation, Aries, that you thought was over and done, and it's not. It comes back. Okay, so we have Judgment reversed and the Eight of Wands reversed, the Knight of Swords, and the Empress. Oh, you're showing up as the Empress. Beautiful, Aries. And again, we have the Emperor and the Empress out. So again, this does indicate to me that this is a deep soulmate or a twin flame connection. There is definitely going to be communication with somebody that you thought things were done and over with. This is somebody who, you know, they are wanting to talk to you. It's been building up. They may have blocked you in the past, or you may have blocked them. Because there is a blockage here, whether it's an emotional blockage or physically done. I feel like this person actually blocked you, and they found that it was not the best thing that they should have done. And that may even be why you're feeling like this is over and done. There's definitely going to be communication. This person is going to impulsively actually reach out to you. And I do feel like they have been trying to find the nerve to do so. So it could be even somebody who has a little liquid courage that's coming towards you. But you're seated in the Empress energy here. And this does indicate to me that you know your value. You know your self-worth. You're not out chasing anybody. You're attracting what is yours. And I do feel like this person is finally beginning to understand that the value that's there. It's like they just couldn't see it. They couldn't see it. It was blocked from them, but they do see it now. They actually do. And I feel like this person I don't know what's happened here, but it almost feels like they have no choice but to act on, you know, what they're seeing within you. All right. So bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. You could be very well dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, possibly a Libra. Very strong Taurus energy here, but with the King of Pentacles, that's indicating commitment, stability. It's also indicating that for those of you that are struggling a little bit financially, that the money is coming. It may not be coming as fast as you want it to, but it is coming. So keep your nose to the grindstone and keep manifesting what it is that you need and want. But don't forget to put action behind your manifestations also. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle card. That was fast. All right, so you have number 45, and that condenses to a 9. 10s are the end of a cycle, so you're very close to the end of some cycle. And it says coming of age. So let me read that. Give me a second. When a blessed and fortune-gifted kitsune reaches 100, they receive a tail and the ability to shift into other forms, even that of a human. With each year that passes, they gather to themselves more energy, and with every 100-year period, they receive another tail. When they reach the stage where they have earned 9 tails, they are at a whole evolutionary level that is different to the other kitsune. They are so powerful that they can take any shape they wish, and they can move between heaven and earth into visibility and invisibility. And they can store the energy they've gathered in a pearl, which can be released and directed and shared with other beings. This 9-tailed fox has now come to you to share some of the energy of their many lives, the stored energy which you are able to use at this time. There is no cost to this process, for it is the duty of this kitsune, when they see someone falling just ever so slightly short of their potential, they can direct and share this stored energy, and it flows into you, and you know you have become more than you once were. You've earned this energy through your actions, and you have deserved this chance for some time now. But it was one particular act of kindness which brought good fortune to another that turned the tide for you and brought you to the attention of the 9 tails. Take a moment now to feel the gathering force within you, flowing into all of your cells, expanding your potential, enlarging your very being until the true potential of your being is reached. And when that point comes, reach for what it is you have dreamt of doing. No more holding back for fear that you are not enough. You are more than enough. You are the new version of your own self, and you are beloved of the magical ones. So guys, think back. Think back at all the good deeds that you have done. There was one particular deed that really kind of put it over the top. And now you're being rewarded. So accept that blessing. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Aries. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video also if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Aries, know that you are love, and namaste.